We are here with the ultimate fan guide to WrestleMania. All three of us are going to WrestleMania. I am so excited. What about you guys?
I am stressed and excited, and I'm feeling all of the feelings.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm stressed, but very excited. It doesn't even feel like it's happening yet.
Brittni, this is not your first WrestleMania. How many WrestleManias have you been to?
I have been to 3 so far. Yes, I went to 33, 34, 35, but then pandemic messed everything up, and so now we're back on track.
Total, if you have a total, how many live wrestling shows have you been to?
Oof, I'm not sure. Probably like 15 or more.
Okay, so we have an expert here. That's all we need to
know. What about you guys?
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's probably like 10.
Yeah.
I know I've been to one AEW and then an Impact and then a couple of WWE shows.
Yeah. I've done a couple AEW, more WWE than AEW. And I did one Impact. I do remember that. We did Bound for Glory when it was here.
Let's start with planning an itinerary. I feel so lost planning an itinerary. Iridian and I are like seeing all these shows pop up daily. Wrestlecon is announcing people. You have For the Culture. You have all of these events. What events, Brittni, other than WWE, should fans check out while in Texas, in your opinion?
Okay, so I've always heard about GCW shows, and I've always seen like videos, and so I finally decided to go to one. I think it was when they were here for SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I have to go to this. And then after that, it has ruined any WWE event for me because it's so incredible. So I honestly think any type of GCW show anyone could go to, I would pick those. Like I know Joey Janela is doing one. There's also things like Planet Death. I think it's like after one of the nights on a Thursday, I think it is. Those type of shows are honestly like some of the best to go to.
I've always heard good things about GCW.
Oh, yes.
So good.
But I've never been.
We're scared. I'm scared.
Come with me.
I feel like it's so rugged. Like when you go to a WWE show, when you go to a WWE show, I feel like they have everything together. Like it's in order. It's perfect. You go to GCW, they're kind of like shit happens. Like let's throw some cans in the ring. Like let's add a pizza cutter. Like
I know.
It's such a step. It's such a step up from like indie, because sometimes at an indie show, like one time Teddy and I went to an indie show and it was like we almost got hit with the trash can, right? Oof. But in a GCW show, you risk getting hit by glass, like everything is shattering all over the place. It's a little scary, and there's just so much blood all the time. I feel like it's just a different level of wrestling show, and I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
No, so you got to get the seats that are kind of like in the back, because if you get like the first like 3 rows you will get something. You could get hit with something. So I like kind of staying a little bit further back, and people end up rushing the stage, or not the stage, the ring. And so you kind of are in the back anyway. So it's safer back there, but you guys really should go with me one of those nights. It'd be so much fun.
Maybe if we go with Britt, she'll like push us out of the way.
Yes.
Yeah. Or I'd push you right into the ring.
Oh no.
One of the two. You gotta see.
Brittni, have you attended Wrestlecon before?
Yes, I think I've done it 2 of the years. I can't remember, but it's a lot of fun. Have you guys been to WrestleMania? I didn't hear if you guys, neither of you?
This is our first WrestleMania.
Excited.
Probably our first WrestleCon. So do you think that WrestleCon is a must while people go to WrestleMania?
Oh, 100%. It was like, because you meet a lot of the old school wrestlers, a lot of up and coming wrestlers. I think it's so much fun. And like, I remember one year too, they had Trish Stratus at WrestleCon, and then they had her at WWE Axxess. And I know that like WrestleCon prices are like a lot cheaper too. So that's a plus. But I know we're not doing Axxess this year, but we'll get to that later. But WrestleCon is so much fun, and you get to interact with the wrestlers more, because at WWE events or like signings, they kind of like push you guys out really fast. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but they're like, take a picture, sign this, and then leave. And like WrestleCon, I feel like it's more personable too. Oh, so I like it a lot better.
That's good to know. Every day
Yeah.
Lowe sends me like the new people who are announced on for WrestleCon.
There's a lot of good people. It's really exciting.
And I was looking, it's broken up into sessions. So it seems like it starts on Thursday, you have Friday, Saturday, and it wraps up on Saturday. They have WWE superstars from the past, like Jeff Hardy, Kelly, Lita, Victoria, Trish Stratus. I saw Kevin Nash on there. There's a ton of people. You also have Impact stars. And then, you have some indie stars as well. So I feel like it's a good mix of wrestlers to go and meet. And now also at WrestleCon, they have these wrestling shows at WrestleCon. Did they have these before?
Not that I've heard. I think that's the first time I've heard about this.
Because they're doing a AAA card, I believe. They're doing an Impact show. Like, you are pretty much getting like a whole package when it comes to this. And you also think like GCW is supposed to have like a carnival type of thing. Like, where do you even go? Like,
it's really a lot. Like, I was looking at, because I've never seen, how I posted that like a little bit of like not an itinerary, but just like of everything going on. And I was just like, holy crap, there's so much. And I don't because I've never seen that until this year. And I'm like, oh man, it's so hard to pick. But you really got to like narrow it down to like what you really, really want to do, which is
are you one of those people that are like team no sleep?
No.
WrestleMania week. Okay. Because I talked to Karen Peterson on my last episode, and she was talking about when she went to WrestleMania in Florida a couple years ago, and she said she was team no sleep. Like, she was at event after event after event. I'm like, girl, you got a Starbucks sponsorship? How do you do that?
5-hour energy. What is she doing? Yeah, so no, I sleep. Like, all the people that I go with, those poor people, I'm like, I'm so tired. I know we were supposed to go do this, but I have to take a nap. And I sleep a lot more than I thought I would. But yeah, I need to sleep. It's because I feel like you can get really run down and everything with COVID and getting sick. I feel like you need to sleep and like take your time. But good for those people, those no sleep people. Good for her.
I don't know how people do it. Like, I talked to Lo and I'm like, okay, so we have to sleep, but we also have to eat. Where are we going to go to eat? Like, we have to have, set times for this because there's just so much going on. And I honestly feel like I'm going to be texting you all day, Britt, just to be like, where are you going?
We'll meet up.
When is your nap time? So we could just correlate on that and then meet up after. Like,
yeah, group nap time. And then we'll eat together.
It's
like fun.
It's interesting that Iridian is saying that, she has no idea where we're eating, when we're sleeping. So let me tell everyone like the backstory. So when we first decided that we were going to go to WrestleMania, Iridian is my type A friend. She made a whole itinerary on Canva. And of course, after she did that, then I wanted to do it. So we had hotels, Airbnbs, rental cars, places to go eat, the nearest Target, which is the most important thing, obviously.
Ooh, I have a story about that, but yes, that's really important. That's very important.
Well, please tell us the Target story.
Okay. So I did not know, I don't know what happened, but I am usually like a planner and I pack things like probably like 2 weeks in advance, like depends on the stuff. But for some reason during the New York, like WrestleMania in New York, it was like, I forgot to pack a jacket and it was ice cold because I'm from Vegas. So it's like, it's cold right now and it's like 78, almost 80 degrees sometimes. I'm like, I'm freezing. So I get there and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't pack a jacket. So Tyler and I were going to Forever 21, Target, and I ended up picking up like men's sweatshirts. I don't know if it's because it was like April and there was no like heavy winter coats. So I was like, I was freezing my butt off like the entire time. I had to go buy little heating packs.
Little pockets.
Break. And I was just like, I was so miserable because it was so cold that we were just around Target, like running around trying to find stuff to keep me warm. It was horrible.
We will not have to worry about that in Texas because it is. No. Have you seen the humidity?
We will have the opposite problem.
Yes.
We will be shopping for shorts.
Yes. Ice packs. Forget the heat packs. Ice packs.
I bought myself a mini fan already. So
smart.
I'm ready to go. And I bought one for Lo too. So you'll see.
You really are a good planner. Good for you. You're so cute.
Do you need a fan, Brittni? Because I can hook you up with the fan.
Yes. Please.
Well, we talked about Axxess a little bit earlier, but like,
yes,
they were giving people refunds because they, it was included in the travel package originally, but then they were refunding because Axxess is apparently not happening. And I'm devastated because I really hoped that I was going to meet Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. And it's just not going to happen anymore. And I'm so sad. And I know Lo feels very strongly about this. So Lo, tell us why, you are feeling the way you are about Axxess.
I was on Twitter yesterday and this random guy was like, they're giving out refunds for Axxess. And I had just talked to Casey Leendo over the Moonsault about her travel package. And I was like, if you hear anything about Axxess, let me know. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. So I saw that. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And first of all, the Axxess is only offered to the travel package people.
Okay.
And usually Axxess is for everybody. So I held out hope, even though we are literally in the month of WrestleMania or the month before, that they would put something together, but they're not doing Axxess at all. It doesn't matter if you had a travel package, if you're just going to WrestleMania. Honey, I am distraught. I wanted to meet Bianca Belair. But at the same time, I feel like with them not having Axxess, like I worry a little bit because I feel like fans are going to compensate meeting superstars and getting weird. Like I feel like they're going to be like, well, they didn't have Axxess, so I'm just going to wait for them at the hotel. And I've said it so many times, don't do that. Yeah. Don't go to the hotel and wait for them. Don't go to the airport and wait for them. Like if you happen to meet your favorite superstar or superstar somewhere, that's completely different. But if you're like scouting them out, like you need to take the first flight home. Just go.
I agree. But you run into them a lot. Like I remember in New Orleans, I ran into a lot of them on Bourbon Street, and a lot of them were at Walemania too. So you might run into them at like other places, maybe like just so happen to be there.
Now that we're talking about Walemania, Britt, are you going?
Lo sent me, I think Lo, didn't you send me something about the tickets like being like $30? I was like, okay, maybe I'll go. I swear I'm like overlapping a bunch of stuff. So I need you to help me make an itinerary sheet because
I got you.
I swear I probably have like, I think there's like the Stone Cold Steve Austin thing is that night too, or I don't even know.
Are you meeting him?
No, I already met him one time. I was like, I can't spend too much money this time. But you should meet him. There you go. Forget any other Axxess. Stone Cold is all you need.
Oh my gosh.
But he's oh my God, that's like the coolest person on earth, I feel like. But yes, you should. Yeah, I forgot
what do you wear to Walemania? When you went before, what did you wear? What was the vibe? Because we are on here, we're all on Meshki, we're on
Girl, I'm
everywhere.
I'm on Pinterest trying to find outfits. I'm on Instagram with the hashtag Walemania and like nothing's popping up.
Digging deep. She's on like 2015.
That you guys are so funny. Yeah, I've been trying to find like really cute dresses and stuff like that because what I wore was like a really bedazzled like white sequin dress and then just like high heels. But I was kind of like, I was overdressed for it, but I thought it was like, it felt like a fun like party kind of vibe. So you could wear like jeans or you could dress up. I would dress up because I just think it's the perfect opportunity to. Mm-hmm. So it's either or. I saw a bunch of jeans, a bunch of laid back, but some people were dressed up like me, but it's up to you. I'd say get dressed up because why not?
So you're saying take like a fancy and take a casual to see how you feel the mood for that day. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take notes. I got to write this down on a sticky somewhere.
Well, Alexis Littlefoot told me, girl, dress like there's $100 million in the building and you trying to leave with it.
So there you go. You got to dress that. Yeah. You guys have to be on the same page. How about okay. I buy tickets and we'll all go dressed up.
There we go.
If everyone else you're with is dressed up, then you won't look out of place.
That's true.
I'm gonna write it on my sticky note. Britt said.
Right, and then if no one's dressed up, she'd be like, Brittni, the sticky note said that you should dress
Brittni
up, and now it's your fault.
She going. She told me to buy heels. I'm gonna be the tallest girl at the party.
Hell yes, girls. Me too.
Lord.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8", Brittni. How tall are you?
You are tall, 5'6".
Oh, what? 5'6" too.
Oh, are you? Okay, we'll all be tall together.
Okay. If we're gonna be tall together, it'll be fine.
All right.
I have to ask, do you think the lack of Axxess takes away from the WrestleMania experience? I was talking to Iridian about this. I feel like it kind of does.
Yeah, I think it does. Do you know if they're doing a what is it, the Superstore too? Or did they not say anything about? Oh, they are. Okay. Well, they did a few like times they would like announce like Dolph Ziggler or like I think even Jeff Hardy maybe one time, like they do little signings in there. I don't know if they like announced that day of, but it's like it's like random and like they're free.
We're gonna have to keep an eye out for those.
Yeah, so those were nice. But yeah, I liked the Axxess. It was a lot of fun because then they had all the memorabilia out and like the cages, and it was very fun. It just really stinks that they're not doing them this year. I'm really surprised because I thought they figured out everything with like how COVID and like keeping everyone kind of separate and like doing photo ops that way. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of shocked.
And they're not even doing the meet and greets. Like, this time around last year, they had the virtual meet and greets and they're not even doing that. So I'm like really deprived of the superstars.
Unless they're announcing it. Yeah, unless they're announcing it last minute, which I kind of thought they might. I have to go back and look when we bought ours last year, but I feel like we had them like a month in advance when we did the virtual meet and greets. But at this point, all I've seen is that they're doing these little meet and greets for people that have specific credit cards. And it's only like, it's the Street Profits, Alexa Bliss, and then one other person that I saw that they're letting them enter to win a meet and greet if you have that specific credit card, which I'm not really a fan of that.
Is it time to apply for this credit card?
Yeah, I'll just say I'm not going to get a credit card to meet Alexa Bliss virtually.
Like, it's just virtual. Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That really stinks. I wonder why. And well, they're probably not going to announce it because if they're refunding the people that got the, I'm sorry, break your heart, but that's what I'm just thinking. Because if they're refunding them, they wouldn't then announce it and then make them pay for it again. I'm like, that's so odd.
Yeah. That is true. WWE, we're going to Titan Towers instead of Texas.
We're going on 2 trips. Yes. Now, talking about all of the shows, Brittni, realistically, we're talking about GCW and WrestleCon. Like, how many shows do you think you can go to in the span that you are there? Let's say you're there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I say like 2 to 3 a day. But you run yourself. You don't realize it until you're like there and doing all this stuff that you're like, oh man, I really like it. That's a lot to do.
When you get back to your hotel and you're like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, because there's so many times where I would end up buying tickets and I'm like, I can do this, and then 30 minutes later I have to be over here and do this, and I'm like, oh, I wasted so much money buying all these tickets because I'm freaking exhausted. And so yeah, you just don't realize it until you're actually there, how tired you are.
How many events have you heard, like your other friends, do they go to like 2 or 3, or do they decide to go to more? Like, have you heard of anyone going to more than that?
Oh yeah, Tyler like he was everywhere. Like I remember I was sleeping in the hotel and he would text me and he'd be like, I'm at this Axxess, and I'm like, okay, I'll come wake me up when you get back to the hotel, wake me up and we'll go get some food. Like everyone was always like, I don't know if I'm just like this old lady or whatever, but everyone would be just like nonstop out all day, like Axxess, and then go to like some indie show and then go to like Smackdown after. I'm like, oh man, you guys are just going. But I don't know. What do you guys think you'll be doing? Do you think you'll be going all day?
I'm going at your pace, Britt. Like,
yes, yeah. Please.
Old lady pace.
Yes.
I feel like when you go to a new town, even if you are going to a wrestling show or like a convention or etc., I still feel like it's important to have time to actually like explore and like sightsee a little bit. So yeah, I feel like that's why we're going to take it a little bit easy. Like we do want to see what Dallas does have to offer other than, going to wrestling shows all weekend. But obviously we're still going to be at them.
I know. It's a lot of fun to like experience the city that you're in, because like I remember with New Orleans, that was like one of the coolest places I've ever been. And I was like, oh man, it was just so much fun. And like I know I've never been to Texas, so a lot of I have Monica who's gonna be with me, she's from Texas, and then my friend Steph. So if you guys want to come hang out, we will be going and wandering around and doing all that stuff. Sounds like we're just gonna spend the whole weekend together.
It's you know what? Let me get another sticky note.
You have my phone number. We will just meet. We'll be a
You're
group
right.
text
I'll
on
just
the
text you and
group.
be like, Britt, where you at?
Yes.
Come through.
We will do that.
Now that WrestleMania is 2 days, should fans do the 2 days? Like, just that's all. Just come the Friday or not the Friday. Just come the Saturday and the Sunday, or should they stay longer if they can for SmackDown and Raw?
I think that you should stay longer. That's what I think. I've never done this 2-day thing yet either, which I'm kind of happy about because I remember sitting in it from like the end of the pre-show to like the end of the event, and I was just like, oh my God, this is taking, as much as I love wrestling, I'm like, wow, this is from like watching it on your little thing on TV, like in your house, and then you're at the event, it's very long. But the 2-day thing should be nice. And I know for a fact, like when I think it was like 2 Manias, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave, I'm not gonna go to Raw, and I end up going to Raw anyway. It's like you don't want to do it, and then you're like, okay, I'm here, I'll do it.
Do you think that more fans will be excited about the 2 days, or do you think people are going to miss that just doing it for 1 day? Because I've seen very mixed reviews. I've seen some people are like, yes, stick to the 2-day events, like it ends sooner. But then I've also seen people that are like, well, I'm only going the 1 day because Roman's on that day or Bianca's on that day.
Yeah, if my favorite was on a certain day, I think that I'd be more inclined to do that one. But I don't know. So did you guys buy your tickets where it was like 2 tickets together? Or did you buy them like separately? Yeah, see, I did that too. But I heard that now, like one of my girlfriends was trying to book a ticket or get a ticket for WrestleMania, and now they're selling them separate.
Oh.
So I'm like,
I wonder if they sold out of the combos then.
Maybe, but still, that's just like, I don't know. I think it's kind of odd that it's like the 2-day thing is still kind of odd to me though. Like the main event thing, and like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how do you guys feel about it?
I'm excited, but Lo and I have like, we already have our matches that we're like, okay, well, this can be like our bathroom break. And like, we can go to the bar during this match. We're also coordinating our outfits because we're like, okay, so I know we're doing like Cena on Thursday, but I'm doing Cena in the morning and she's doing it in like the afternoon. And then like on SmackDown, we have one outfit and we can't wear, like, it's just a whole process because we are doing the SmackDown and the Raw. I think it would be cool to also experience that, just to get the whole WrestleMania experience. But I'm super excited about it. I think even though like I talk so much smack about Ronda Rousey, I do want to stay to watch Charlotte, whip her butt. So
yeah,
like, I mean, I'll have a drink in my hand though.
Yes, definitely. Honestly, that's my bar break. I'm sorry. I can't get into it. But I feel like on both days, like there's a lot of strong matches, and then you have matches where you're kind of like, okay, like I might, not want to watch that. Like, and I think they've done a good job so far at putting an equal amount of those type of matches on both nights. So whatever night you go, or if you do go both nights, you get like a variety of matches. I do think it's interesting the amount of celebrities that they have involved this year. Like Pat McAfee doing a second match, and it's at WrestleMania. You have Logan Paul, which I won't even go there.
I hate that man.
And then you have Johnny Knoxville, who I definitely did not think his storyline with Sami Zayn would push out for this long because Jackass came out like a month ago. But you know what? Let him make his check. So that's interesting because I thought maybe they would hold off with all like the celebrity matches until maybe like Hollywood. But the whole card might be full of Hollywood stars next year. Who knows?
That's true. That's going to be exciting. I also am not interested in the Johnny Knoxville thing. I was ready for Bad Bunny to have like a WrestleMania match and him to come back, but I forget that he's on tour. So he's like doing other things. So he just came out for that hot second. But I know that Pat McAfee's match is going to be good because I always go back to his match with Adam Cole. And that was just so good. Like Pat worked his butt off. So that one's going to be a good match, even though like he's a celebrity, I give him his credit.
Before we even get into like the necessities of what we need to bring, I do want to ask you, Britt. So this year they're doing the Hall of Fame. They did not do the Hall of Fame last year. Or I'm sorry, they did do the Hall of Fame last year. They didn't do it the year before. This year they have it right after SmackDown, which is like a weird placement for it. You have a 2-3 hour show, and then you have the Hall of Fame, which who knows how long that's going to go for. You can reference Goldberg's speech when he went into the Hall of Fame and know how long it could go for.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about that? I mean, I think that's a really long time to have a wrestling fan sitting there. And also it's like two different occasions to dress for. You have Smackdown, which is like, your fan gear. And then I think about Hall of Fame, you might want to wear something a little bit dressier. Like there's no time for an outfit change.
No, I'm not a big fan of Hall of Fames, and I think it's probably because my first one was the Goldberg one.
Oh no.
Just sitting there it was killing me, and I was just like, okay, I'm probably never gonna do this again. But the fact that it's like attached to SmackDown, I'm like, I just don't understand why they're trying to cram so much into like one day. And it's like, okay, it's like now you have WrestleMania 2 separate days. Like, why are you guys trying to stack other things? And I agree, the outfit change. I liked a lot of our girlfriends, they dressed up for that kind of stuff. And even I've heard someone say that Triple H even said like it's to show like respect if we're all like kind of wearing something nicer. But I don't know. I just feel like going from something as exciting to SmackDown and then just to drag it out right after into like Hall of Fame, I feel like you kind of lose that excitement a little bit for seeing freaking Undertaker and stuff like that. Like I feel like that'd be so exciting, but then it's just such a long thing,
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna go to Hall of Fame this year, Britt?
Yeah, are you gonna go?
No, I might go to SmackDown, but we'll see. Are you guys going?
We are.
You are. You guys are doing everything.
Do you feel like how do I want to word this?
Here, pause it. Let's talk about it. Just kidding.
So I think a lot of fans had some type of apprehension about the Hall of Fame ever since Bret Hart got attacked while he was, at the podium. Do you feel like the Hall of Fame should be something that the fans can attend, or do you think it should be something that the wrestlers should just attend?
I feel like it's a lot better with fans, even though that was horrible. But I know for a fact, like, it really upset me that like we couldn't be there for like Nikki and Bray being like inducted and stuff like that. And like that like really broke my heart. And I know that it was hard for them not to have fans there. I feel like they kind of got like gypped a little bit, that like we weren't there. And I feel like it's like a more exciting experience for them. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like it just feels different for them. And it just feels like it's more of something like we're like a part of their world and their work and stuff like that. To see it in person is really nice. And I feel like it should be in person, but I don't know. I just don't think that anything like that will maybe happen again, fingers crossed. But maybe it's a one-off. But yeah, I think, what do you guys think? Fans should be there or not?
I think it's a nice moment for fans to be able to share, their favorites and people that they watched growing up get inducted. I really wish that I could have gone for Brie and Nikki because, oh my gosh. And just the excitement of being there, but I think they might have definitely stepped up their security after that, because you cannot have that happening. Like what? And then do you remember that when that fan attacked Seth Rollins on Raw?
Those like, people are so scary.
How do you get past security? And I think they might have just, stepped it up, but I figured out what my outfit is going to be for that. I'm going top t-shirt, bottom skirt. So it's like classy, but also fan casual. So because the outfit change, how dare they put it right after SmackDown?
I know. And then you have you have to have your bag be a certain size or like have to be clear. So how could you even fit something in there if you wanted to change?
Exactly.
They're not helping us. They're not doing us any favors.
I'm like in the middle on if fans should attend or not, especially after the Bret Hart thing. Like just seeing how that played out, like how do you not have any security there? Like you solely depended on the wrestlers to hop in and take care of it, which they did. But I don't know what security was doing. They finally came, but it was like, okay, you had like 25 wrestlers in the ring who took this guy down. When I look at something like that, that makes me think that we shouldn't have stuff like that. And it's unfortunate that, there are some fans out there who are willing to, act like an asshole for their moment of fame. That's what it is at the end of the day. Like they're just looking for clout. meanwhile, you have other fans who are going there, you know, they're excited to go see the Hall of Fame and they're being respectful. And, you know, WWE could easily just take that away from us because of people who just act crazy out in public. So I'm kind of like in the middle on it. Like, I think we should have that opportunity, but I also would understand if, you know, years down the line, they're like, nope, we're not having any more fans because some fans get out in public and they don't know how to act. It's like, we left the house, we're just going to act crazy. Like, you can't do that. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully it's not 26 hours long. Like, you already have Smackdown and we only have 2 or 3 people announced, no women so far, which I'm like,
I know, I keep seeing you post about that online. I'm like, I'm waiting for it too. It's so crazy.
I swear, if it's Victoria.
Oh, geez.
Everyone's going to that. Yes, I agree.
She deserves it.
She does, 100%.
Let's switch gears over and talk about necessities. Okay, Britt, I need you to tell me, like, what are the top maybe like 3 or 5 things that you need to take with you, like in your bag?
Okay.
What do I need for WrestleMania? I know we talked about a mini fan because it's going to be hot.
Yes.
In Dallas.
100%.
When I was in the Royal Rumble, when I was not in the Royal Rumble.
Damn, you were in the Royal Rumble.
Like, whoa. Good for you.
When I went to the Royal Rumble, I had like little like wipies and they came in handy. Okay. Because my seats were dusty because it was in like a monster truck place. So when we got there, the seats were so dusty. So we had to like wipe off our seats before we sat down. So I was glad that I had those wipes on me. But what do I need for Mania? What have you taken before in the past that have like, you know, really helped you, that have come in clutch?
Okay. So there's a few things. Always check the bag. Like, you know how they have bag regulations or whatever. Mm-hmm. So when we had SummerSlam out here, I was like, oh, this bag is perfect. It was probably like this big. And I was like, it should pass it, whatever. So I walked in.
Wait, was that the heart one?
No, it was a different one. I did not wear that in. But yeah, it was like some little like tiny, like 2000 looking, like, you know, the little tiny bags. And I was like, this should be fine. Check the regulations. I'm like, I'm not going to measure. So I walk in and they're like, you can't have that bag. And I was like, oh. And I was like, so I emptied it out into my guy friend's pockets, folded the purse into like my belt, like into my pants. And we went right in and then I put all the stuff in it, like back into it. So then I like walked around. Yeah, it was like really, so you have to like make sure that you go through regulations because you really don't want to go through that. Like do the clear bags or make sure you go online and check for the bags and stuff like that. Cause that's kind of like, I've been through that mess. Even with Axxess, I like couldn't bring in like a little gift bag. They're like, sorry, that's too big. You can't bring that in. So I like folded the gift bag and like brought my gift in separately. Like you always have to make sure about stuff. And you couldn't even bring money in the bank briefcases. You weren't allowed to bring that to Axxess one year. So like
they sell them at the Axxess?
They sell them at the WWE, like, you know, the big store. But like I brought mine to get it signed by Carmella. And then they were like, sorry, that you guys aren't allowed to bring those. So it's like you have to make sure you look into that kind of stuff.
Jeez.
I know. It's a lot. At least they're regulating stuff, but like to be safe, I guess, but still. I don't know. So that's something to check. And then also a portable charger, obviously. I know a lot of people said that with your tweet because I never get Wi-Fi in any of these like stadiums and arenas. I don't know if you guys do, if my carrier just sucks.
No.
But like I'm trying to like upload a picture for like an hour. And it finally goes through after like 2 hours, but it's like you are sitting there and you don't realize how much battery your phone drains. Even though your phone may be new, it still drains.
Yeah.
And then you can't find your friends after or call a ride. Like, yeah, you really have to have that. And I know one thing I really want to bring is a bunch of cowboy hats.
Oh, okay. Now.
Yes. What about you guys?
You're gonna see Brittni at the airport with a couple cowboy hats on.
Girl, I got my cowboy boots and some cowboy hats. I'm ready to go. I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm actually gonna read off some tweets of what people said that you absolutely need to bring to Mania week. So Astra Pizarro said portable charger power bank. Katie Schomburger, Rob Schomburger, the artist, that is her husband.
Oh, wow.
She gave us a list. She said comfy shoes, reusable water bottle, snacks, Band-Aids, Advil/Tylenol, hand sanitizer, charging bank, cash, preferably a crossbody or belt bag. Someone also said, Karen Peterson, Miss Team No Sleep, she said clear/stadium bag option, disposable masks, change after each show if possible. Sassy Steffi said go walking shoes. Let's see. Who's this person? Katie Wrestling 13 said hey, hair tie. And then we had a couple more people that said comfortable shoes, walking shoes, portable charger. So the comfy shoes and the portable charger are the way to go.
Yeah, the comfy shoes is a huge one. Like, even if, like, because we're probably going to be buying shoes in order, like, for us to get outfits for Mania and stuff like that. And one year Tyler bought me a pair of shoes because my birthday is like a month before Mania, and so I like put them on. I'm like, let's go walk to this pizza place, and my feet were destroyed. They were like some like Nikki's shoes that she wears. Yes. So my feet were like completely destroyed, and like, so you have to like kind of test your shoes out before you actually walk around. So that's a really good one, and the cash one is really good too. Bring some cash.
I will definitely be bringing cash after SummerSlam 2021.
Yes, that's exactly what I wrote down. How are we going to get food? Because I'm going to be angry. Are you guys going to, sorry, I'm like jumping around here, but are you guys going to like Kevin Nash or like Ziggler's thing or any of that kind of stuff?
So we saw Ziggler's thing after we bought Walemania tickets, and I damn near put my head in a wall. Not really, but I was so mad. I was like, God damn it. Like, I was waiting for all of these shows on Thursday because I figured they'd probably do something on Thursday. Yeah. And we bought our Walemania tickets. I was like, okay, we're good. We bought them. And then earlier this week, we saw Dolph Singh. I was like, you know what? Really?
There's a lot of people are announcing things really late.
Yeah.
I love Kevin Nash. He is one of the most unproblematic white men I've ever seen.
I know, he's so cute. He's such a big, cute man. He's probably like, that's definitely not the word we all use for him, like big sexy, but I mean, he's adorable. He's so cute.
I need to look into this. Write a note, Iridian.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's another like because when I went to the one in New Orleans, it was on Bourbon Street. That one was like a huge party. But then I went to the one I went to the one, I don't know if it was in Florida or where it was, but it was in the best. So I'm curious, like maybe the venue is gonna makes a huge difference. And I know Walemania is gonna be a lot of fun.
Is it hot in the venue at Walemania?
I didn't think it was.
And should we should we go into the front or to the back?
Ooh, I was in the front. So
that's risky,
I was like, right. Well, I don't know how I did, but I like snuck off I was like to the side, and I just got to the side of the stage, and it was like a lot of fun. But then end up like after a few hours, people kind of clear out, and there's like little VIP areas that you kind of like sneak into, and everyone was just sitting up there. I think it was like, I don't remember, like 2 or 3 hours, maybe.
That's not bad.
Oh man, yeah, I definitely do need to make an itinerary now. I'm like realizing I thought Ziggler's thing would be late, so I guess not. I'm really,
When are you getting there?
I'm getting there and I'm probably gonna go to Olive Garden.
To the Olive Garden. You said that so formally. I'm gonna go to the Olive Garden. Dressed to the nines. I'm going to Olive Garden.
What is it about Olive Garden, Britt?
I don't know. It's like, my poor Italian like side of my family is probably turning in their grave right now, but I love Olive Garden. And every time I go on vacation, I always go to an Olive Garden. It's like now a tradition. I don't know. But I think I always go like, you think you would experience like the place and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I want something that I know is going to taste the same every single place that I go to. And I'm probably going to get Olive Garden, and then you guys get there, and then I'll wait for you guys and we'll do something.
We're going to spend the whole weekend chilling and vibing. I can't wait for the pictures.
I think it's going to be fun.
I'm so excited. I was telling Lo, the pictures are going to be so good. Like, I just know
I know. I can't wait to see everybody's outfits. That's what I'm so excited about. I'm so excited. Do you guys have all the outfits planned?
Yes, I was going to ask you, are you doing any cosplays?
I am doing one big one that I've been thinking about for like almost a year. And I'm not going to say who it is. I'll tell you guys maybe like off when we're done recording. But then I have I have a bunch of like kind of like streetwear-y kind of outfits, but like with wrestling inspired kind of stuff.
She got a theme going on.
Yeah, just like because I don't know if like I feel like kind of stupid sometimes dressing up in cosplays because I'm like the only one. And like
Really?
yeah, sometimes like it depends on I'm all out and then I'm like, oh, I'm like, does this look kind of silly? Maybe it's because of like the pandemic. I haven't dressed up and gone out, but I'm like, I don't know. So I was like, I'll just do one big one and then just do little tiny things sprinkled throughout. But what are you guys doing? Anything special? Your John Cena outfits?
No, but I bought all my gems already. I'm bedazzling all of my t-shirts.
Ooh!
So I'm gonna sparkle if one thing I'm gonna do.
Yes.
I'm gonna sparkle.
bedazzle those fans for us.
And I'm taking all my glittery makeup. I got my lashes, my makeup, and the glitter is gonna be everywhere.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I think I'm doing like similar to you are, like with the streetwear and just like incorporating like some glitter in there in places and stuff like that. But honestly, like I just want to be comfortable. And I feel like sometimes when you go big or go home, you're not as comfortable. And, we're sitting in those seats for like 2 to 3 hours for Monday Night Raw or SmackDown and 72 hours for WrestleMania Night 1. So we have to be comfortable.
Yes. Yeah, I always forget about that. But
what is your advice to fans like us that are attending WrestleMania weekend for the first time?
I would say take the time and just like try to enjoy things and don't rush. And I know a lot of us do this too now, is like taking out our phones and recording everything. But it's kind of nice to just sit like in the moment and just like watch. I know that's such a silly thing to say, but I feel like just sitting there and just like actually like taking in everyone around you and like just like everyone chanting and like what the wrestlers are doing and just watching like the pyro, just like taking it all in instead of like watching it through your phone is like, it's cool to just think about it, that you're like there with all these people after all these years of like, kind of being like locked up and stuff like that, not that we both sounds like we've been in jail, but technically we kind of have been. It's just cool. It's an exciting experience to see that everyone's now back together, and it's just super exciting. Just take your time and have a good time.
Slow and steady wins the race. That's what I say.
Yes.
And take naps.
Naps. A lot of nap. I probably sleeping so much.
Do you recommend ride shares when you do WrestleMania, or do you recommend getting a rental car?
Rental car.
Already?
Yeah. Because we did that. And I like looked back on how much I paid for all that stuff. And I was like, oh, that was, it was a lot more than probably just getting a rental car. So I definitely recommend a rental car.
And do you recommend staying close to the different arenas, or do you think it's okay to stay a little bit further away so you're not always up in the action?
It's nice to stay close. It is, because like the walking and just like, it's a lot more of a hassle when you stay further away. Because I did that for in New York, and it was like first of all, that was like everything was spread out too. So we had to travel to like different places, and it was just like a lot harder. So if you stay closer, it's a lot better. And if there's something going on, you can get to it a lot faster.
I know we're gonna go to a couple more shows besides WrestleMania, so we need to like allocate those and also include our nap times.
Yes, and do a GCW show with me.
Oh my God, yes, we have to go to that GCW show. And I was telling Lo, I was like, I have to take my laptop because I have to do homework during that week because it's after spring break. So I'm still going to be like, I'm missing one of each of my class. So I'm missing 4 classes. So I'm going to have to like make those up, and I'm not going to do it on the plane. Like, I just know.
Thank you so much, Iridian and Brittni, for joining me to talk all about your fan guide for WrestleMania. Where can the people find you guys on social media? We will start with Iridian.
You can follow me and everything Wrestfriend related on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Wrestfriends, and also on YouTube at Wrestfriends. And you can go to whatamaneuver.net to find our merch for Wrestfriends.
And then you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Brittni Sacco.
Perfect. Thank you.